Hey guys, it's Tim, aka Darkness429, and today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Titanfall 2 tech test update that'll be coming to us this weekend for weekend number 2. Last weekend, I think, went very, very well for the first Titanfall 2 tech test. From what I've heard, the tech test was a complete and absolute success, and it's doing exactly what it's designed to do. Slothy put out a fantastic blog post. John just really wrote up a beautiful piece on what the tech test was designed to do, what it did, what their expectations were, and we just blew them out of the water. Apparently, just the amount of games we created, the amount of networks that were made, the amount of connections, the amount of servers that were spun up and then brought down, it was everything that they wanted and more. And they're collecting just a ridiculous amount of data, and it's helping them improve the back end. Guys, keep in mind the tech test is designed, 100% designed to just stress the back end of Titanfall 2. It is not designed to sell you the game. Is it designed to get your hands on the game? Of course. But we're looking at a build, a snapshot of the game from June. It's August. So 2 months have passed, and that's a lot of time for game development. A lot of things have changed, and they know that. And Respawn has come out and said, hey, guys, a lot of the things that you're talking about, a lot of things that you've noticed, we've noticed too. And we made those changes a while ago. And when the game releases in October, you're going to see that those things have changed. But what's really cool is that they've also made some changes based off of the feedback that came from the community, which is great. Even though the tech test is wholeheartedly designed to stress the back end, it's also designed to get feedback from the players, hardcore fans, or first comers to the Titanfall universe. So what's great is that Respawn took time and they listened, and they have an update coming that's going to address a lot of the issues that players have brought up. One of the biggest issues that was brought up is pilot mobility. And this is what they've said about it. Many players are wondering why we changed the mobility from Titanfall 1. We identified 2 major issues we wanted to solve in Titanfall 2. The first is that a lack of player predictability would often cause players to be shot from the back or from the sides. While flanking is an important part of gameplay, death often felt random instead of skillful. The second issue is that close-range firefights were overly chaotic due to erratic player movement. So, changes to pilot mobility stemmed from a desire to improve our gunplay and not a desire to slow down movement. They go on to say that they'll be tuning the airspeed and wall running speeds to be faster. They discovered that some unintended side effects that were causing players to lose momentum while running, while wall running and power slides and things like that. So they're going to be tweaking that. They say that players should once again accumulate and retain more speed when chaining wall runs. And that's definitely something that I noticed when playing the tech test last weekend, is that certain movements that I made coming off of a wall run onto another wall run, it didn't feel like I was really building up any speed. It kind of felt constant. The movement speed felt very static. It was just, I would I would increase my speed, but there would be no more increase after the initial wall run. There was a speed boost when you would get on the wall, but after that there was nothing. And in Titanfall 1, you could build up lots of momentum if you chained the wall runs correctly, from one wall to the next, into a building, and to so on and so forth. You would get faster and faster and faster, and that just wasn't happening in Titanfall 2. Now, could that be because of the map I was playing? We know that in Homestead, that map is very large. It doesn't have a lot of surfaces to run off of and chain your wall runs together, and if they do, they don't. Sometimes they don't work right. I think that there's certain geometry that kind of needs to be expanded on, or maybe the height increased, because it didn't feel very natural when wall running. So they also said that they're testing on scaling back some of the dampening factors that were limiting bunny hopping, as we don't want these restrictions to impact normal traversal. So we have to, I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to keep players from doing the Titanfall 1 bunny hop. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the Titanfall 1 bunny hop, I implore you to go check out Frothy Omen and some of his older videos. And this is the guy that I learned from on how to bunny hop in Titanfall 1. But just unfortunately, there's only a few players that could really do it very well. And then when done correctly, you'd fly across the map. you'd be starting at spawn, and then you'd be on the other side of the map within seconds. But only certain players knew how to do that. It wasn't something that everyone could do correctly. And I think what they want is they kind of want to balance the playing field as far as the bunny hopping goes. And I feel like they're trying to bring that down, the ability to do that, but still give players the ability to do certain things, manipulate the movement a certain way to get the same effect as bunny hopping, but just not the same effect. Does that make sense? So we'll see how it goes this coming weekend. Another thing they're taking a look at is the Titan meters. Now, in Titanfall 1, the Titan meter was completely different than it is in Titanfall 2. In Titanfall 1, you had a 2-minute counter, and it ticked down from 2 minutes to 0. And once it hit 0, you got your Titan. Now, if you did certain things, you played the objective, you got kills, you would shave time off, and you could get your Titan in a quicker time. Now, in Titanfall 2, you have to play the objective and get kills to get points to where you can get your Titan. Now there's two bars. There's a normal blue bar, and then there's a yellow bar. The yellow bar happens when you start chaining things together, when you're getting kills while capturing objective, or you've gotten a bunch of kills in succession. So that boost can get you your Titan faster. Now there are players, from what I saw on Reddit, that said that while playing amped hardpoint, they would go 6 or 7 matches without seeing a Titan. Now, I'd have to admit there was some matches where I maybe got 1 Titan, or the match ended so quickly I didn't even see my Titan. And that's just because we just completely raffle stomped the other team. There's definitely some matches where I had 2 or 3 Titans on the field. So some people were very unhappy, and they looked at the numbers, and they even made a patch during the tech test this first weekend, and they altered the server settings a little bit so people were getting their Titans faster. But now they're altering the Titan meter even more, and this is what they had to say. They said, "We made some changes in Titanfall 2 with the goal of rewarding players for playing game mode objectives. However, we observed the problem that players can try to play the objective but fail, resulting in slower than intended Titan acquisition. We still want objectives to be the fastest way to get a Titan, but the goal of every player being guaranteed a Titan player match hasn't changed." So they said pilots will once again acquire a small passive amount of Titan meter every few seconds. So instead of counting down every few seconds, it's just going to increase the Titan meter a little bit. So it's still the same, playing the objective, rodeoing Titans, putting the battery cores into the Titan, capturing points, getting kills, things like that is going to exponentially increase you getting a Titan. But if you are not playing the objective, or you're not as good of a player when it comes to killing, you're still going to get a Titan. You're still guaranteed a Titan, which is fantastic. Something else, this is something that I touched on during some of my live streams, is that the Titan survivability is much lower than in Titanfall 1. It feels much different. I think one of the biggest reasons as to why is because the shield isn't there anymore. Before in Titanfall 1, you had a shield and then you had a pool of health. Now you start off with a shield, and once that shield's gone, it doesn't regen like in other shooters. Now this is what they've said about how they're going to address the Titan survivability with this weekend number 2. They've said Titan survivability is one of the more complex issues addressed, and this is for several reasons. They said, first, we've changed from Titans having energy shields to a new Titan battery system, which we believe improves rodeo gameplay and rewards teamwork. In Titanfall 1, rodeo was lethal to Titans, forcing pilots to disembark and engage in a 50-50 fight. In Titanfall 2, the rodeo pilot steals a battery and damages an enemy Titan. If they can give that battery to a friendly Titan, the Titan receives a shield and the pilot gets Titan meter points. As players become more familiar with the system, we expect the Titans will live longer. This is an area we will continue to monitor leading up to launch. So I feel like with this new mechanic, a lot of players are unfamiliar with how to really keep their Titan up and running. It seems like it definitely requires a lot more team play. You need communication, or you just need players on your team that are aware, that have great situational awareness. They know what's going on. And they know that if I pick up a battery and it's on me, I need to go find a friendly Titan to put this battery in. And I noticed a lot of players during the first tech test were just running around with batteries on their back and not doing anything. And there was a lot of batteries that were laying on the ground, and I jumped out of my Titan a bunch, and I grabbed one and I threw it on my Titan. I healed it up. I got a shield, which is awesome. but unfortunately, a lot of players just haven't figured that out yet. So hopefully, as we go along and more players figure that out, the Titans will last longer. I really do like this new system. I think it's working out very, very well. And maybe Respawn will end up tweaking it a little bit more. So we will see. Now, a couple other things that were addressed is map design. Again, a lot of people have expressed their frustration as far as Homestead being just really, really big. And it was designed that way. They wanted to have big maps and small maps. And on Homestead, it's a little bit harder to wall run and kind of move around, but it was done on purpose. I think that's more of a Titan-oriented map. It's really more focused on the big scenes for Titan combat, and more so for the long-range combat of pilots, more of a sniper-focused map. Now, Boomtown, I think, was completely different. I felt Boomtown felt really well. It almost kind of reminded me of Angel City to a certain degree. It kind of had that same design to it. But they've said that there are other maps that they have, and they're going to be more traditional Titanfall style, and they're going to be revealing those in the next couple of weeks. So make sure to stay tuned to the official Titanfall Twitter and to the website, because that's where they will be announcing them. So, I mean, all in all, really, really excited about this tech test update. Very, very impressed. And it's so cool that within a week they're able to make a lot of these changes and push them out for us for this coming weekend's tech test. And it's exciting. I mean, again, guys, this is a build of a game. It's a pre-alpha build from a game that was made 2 months ago. You know, this is Titanfall 2's pre-alpha build from June. So still give feedback, but at the same time keep an open mind as far as what we're looking at. For people who have never played in a pre-alpha before, I've played in much worse. I've played in alphas. Heck, I've even played in betas that didn't even have textures completely done yet. With the tech test being at pre-alpha and playing as well and looking as good as it does, I'm still very hopeful and very excited for the final release of the game on October 28th. I definitely feel like the game is moving in a great direction, and I think with more feedback from the community, it's going to make it even better. I'm sure there's people out there that have amazing ideas. All you have to do is post in the forums, or send an email, or hit someone up on Twitter. It's as easy as that. So guys, make sure that you're giving feedback on the forums and just reaching out to the right people. It's very, very easy. It's as easy as sending a tweet. So anyways, guys, thanks so much for listening to me rambling on about the Titanfall 2 Tech Test Weekend number 2 update. Very, very excited for this, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video and the little banter. If you enjoyed it, let me know in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think of the update and just of Titanfall 2 in general. Would love to talk to you guys down there. I have Twitter and all that stuff down below as well, so definitely hit me up on Twitter. Let me know what you guys think. If you enjoyed the video and want to see more of these, make sure to hit the sub button. I'd really appreciate it. And as always, guys, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.